It's Impact with the Florida Star, the largest, oldest, and most read African-American newspaper in Northeast Florida and South Georgia. And now, here's the host, the publisher of the award-winning Florida Star, Clara McLaughlin.
Well, hello, this is Opio. You're tuned into Impact. Got a great show lined up for you today. And I got my sweetheart, my baby, my daughter, Rodaa Sokoni. She's hanging out with me today. She's a big 7 years old. 7. And so she's hanging out. Say hello to the people out there, baby.
Hello.
Come over here. Say hello to the people. Let them hear the beautiful, strong sister right here. Say hello.
Hello.
All right. Okay. Real smart little sister right here, being raised in the struggle to serve. That's what we have to do, man. We have to make sure that those of you who care and want to get out there and fight the good fight have a whole bunch of babies so we can put them out there in the world to make the world better. All right. Make sure y'all pick up a copy of the Florida Star. Tomorrow we're going to be breaking a story. So you want to pick up the Florida Star newspaper tomorrow. All right. This is campaign time right now as well. And you know, on the 30th, that's the final day to vote. We're right in the middle of early voting season. I mean, we got debates going on, and people are fighting all the way up to the day. So y'all make sure you get out there and vote. Get out there and vote. You see something, you want to make a change, you vote. And you encourage other people to do the same. We got so much work to do. Right now, there's a debate going on at JU, and that's the congressional debate. And actually, we have my friend Denise Hunt. She is there at the event, and she is on the phone right now. Denise, how are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm excited. I'm here at JU at the Public Policy Institute at First University, witnessing the Honorable Corrine Brown, LaShonda Holloway, and Honorable Al Lawson tonight in the congressional debate for the 5th District of Florida.
Okay, tell us what you're seeing. What's going down? Any questions asked? Are they directly in the middle?
I see pretty much an almost packed audience. Everybody seems excited. I saw Corrine in a beautiful white dress, LJ in her blue, and Lawson, he had on a suit, and he looked real statesman-like. They came out, and they started sparring from the beginning.
So, Corrine Brown, that's the home girl, the incumbent. She's been around for a long time, and, you know, her motto is, I deliver. Then you have Holloway. She's from here as well, and I think she's part of a political family. I think her mom or dad or somebody was in the politics here in Jacksonville. And then you have Lawson. Lawson is from, he represents the area over there in Tallahassee, which is now a part of Corrine's district. Boy, he has an uphill battle. How's he sounding?
Well, he's coming out attacking from the beginning. He wanted to attack on the fact about trust. He established that. He felt like she shouldn't have ran in the district. He obviously was very disgruntled about that. He felt that she should have, recused herself. And LJ basically went in on her about the grand jury comes back with a 92% conviction rate. And so they started off right from the beginning sparring.
And Corrine is fighting back?
Well, of course. I mean, she kind of went over her time a little bit, but she said the record speaks for itself. She started naming where all the money had went in the slush fund. She told Kent Justice, if someone had described you as a pedophile, you looked at me crazy, thinking that I just came up with that without any facts. So she asked that the media, is the fourth part of the government, that they should do their facts. So it was very intense. It got pumping right away.
What's the audience response?
Well, the audience was kind of subdued. I walked out just as they were getting pumped up about getting into policy issues to come out talk to you. So everybody seems excited. LJ Holloway's group is here. Congresswoman Corrine Brown got the Corrine Delivers T-shirt. Al Larson, I didn't see a lot of people here with him, but I did see a lot of signs out in the front.
Now, Al Larson, I think what he's going to try to do, he's going to try to get those votes that's not going to vote for the Corrine anyway. He's going to get those white liberals. He's going to get the people that live on the fringes of Jacksonville. He's going to get people all the way up, try to get people all the way up in his district. He'll get people here that feel that, he'll try to figure out a way to get some of those votes there. Holloway, she has to go directly in Corrine Brown's backyard, and which is her backyard as well, because she's from here, and she has to pull from the same people that Corrine Brown pulls from, and she is, I think she's polling very low right now.
Yeah, I can hear Corrine's voice all the way out here in the hallway, so I know she's getting turned up, as they say. But LJ, one of the things LJ is attacking her on is being a career politician recycled with the same events. They also talked about whether Black Lives Matter was a terrorist organization, and Al Lawson said that he didn't believe that it was mostly our children, grandchildren, and that all lives matter, certainly blue lives matter.
Oh, goodness.
Pretty much everybody echoed the same thing, but Corrine said Black lives do matter, and they made a statement, and of course all lives should matter. So it was an interesting take on the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah, when people say Black Lives Matter, that means Black Lives Matter too. That's what it means. When people say blue lives matter and all lives matter, what they're really doing is taking a shot at Black Lives Matter, because they have been so successful in getting out there and bringing the issue of police brutality and police murders in front of the public and willing to go out there and fight. And so then you get these weak police officers, well, we can do a blue lives matter. You might as well say white lives matter. Go ahead and say that.
Right.
It's the same. And when somebody say, all lives matter, that's like them saying all lives matter except Black Lives Matter, because it puts us right back to where we were. So that's interesting that they would say that, because I guess John Rutherford, the former sheriff, just came out and said that Black Lives Matter is a hate group, and I guess he want to spend some time trying to get some of those conservative votes. And all you black people out there love Rutherford. Well, that's what he think about you and your children and all that. Anytime you say black, you think, oh, wait a minute, this is a hate group. Anytime you say black. Well, it's interesting that they don't talk about that when they talk about the KKK. How much time do they spend on the KKK? That is the real racist, that's a real terrorist organization that has caused this country more problems than ISIS. That's a fact. And so it's just so interesting. And right now, black people, we're a lot more educated. We understand what code words are, and we know what the deal is. And so, you can shake some of these white politicians upside down, and they're going to have a KKK card fall out of their jacket. We know how that goes. And so we're fighting, period. It ain't no other way around it. So all the black people you don't want to fight, you're going to have to fight. Well, don't fight. They're still going to punch you in your face, so you might as well fight back. Am I right there, Miss Denise Hunt?
Oh, absolutely. I believe in the Second Amendment, gun rights, and I believe that everybody has a right to bear arms. And because the black man doesn't have that, he has no real defense in view of all this police brutality. So I don't want our gun rights taken from us, but I do believe in sensible gun rights.
Well, they don't believe in black people having guns. That's why you get so many felonies that are put on black people. It's a old Jim Crow tactic. You take any type of law, you take any type of situation, and you try to figure out ways to put blacks under the tutelage of the court by putting felonies on them, and that way they can take away your gun rights and your right to vote. And there's a lot of people right now, some decent law-abiding citizens that are out there trying to do their best, that are black, that can't vote right now, can't own guns legally, because you have a Jim Crow system that targets black people. Now, how many white folks have you seen targeted because they have guns?
Pretty much none.
None. It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that. They don't want black people to have guns. And what's so sad, Denise, is you get so many black people, like some of these older black people, they're so used to selling out, they're so used to kowtowing, they're so used to bending over and laying down, to where this type of talk sounds crazy. It sounds nuts.
Well, they've been taught to do that, and that's unfortunate. But I think we're going to come to a time when black people are going to have to stand up, and they're not going to be able to really hide or run. And I think the issues of police brutality is uniting the black community.
Oh yeah. Now Trump boy, let's talk about Trump boy a little bit. Lenny Curry. Looks like there are more and more people as the seconds tick are against his tax plan, and it looked like Pastor Sampson got up there and stared him down and asked him one really good question: the $100 million overage. What's that going to be spent on? And boy, he didn't answer that. I guess he felt it was better to answer the question about the Confederate flag being raised over Moncrief than to answer black people getting a part of the $100 million surplus. And so there's a large number of black people and others that are now looking at this thing and saying, nah, this looks like a boondoggle. This looks like some real quick thing that we can possibly regret later. You're sending this over to our children for our children to have to deal with the issue. You're kicking the can down the road. I mean, I've heard it on and on and on. What do you think a sense of what's going on with that tax initiative?
Well, I think the tax initiative is probably not going to be voted in because, like Pastor Sampson said, we think that they should have been on that. And they should have had some type of where they actually came to the table and negotiated in terms of the pension. Also, if you look at Juan Gray from the SPLC, and I tell the listeners, there's some email that is circulating showing where Mike Weinstein said that the language was not presented to the public to keep the public from being too confused. So we don't even have the answers for that. But I will say this in terms of the historical injustice to the North Side, he refuses to account for any of that surplus money for us. I asked for reparations for Stallworth and Vernell Bean, and he wouldn't answer. And on the Confederate flag, he was asked whether he would veto that bill if it came forth. He refused to answer it and just sort of deflected on it. It was a real shameful night.
Right. All right, Denise Hunt, I appreciate you coming on. I will see you next time.
Yes, absolutely. And I thank the listeners, and Opio, I thank you for all the work you do in the community.
All right, sister. Peace to you. All right, y'all. When we come back, we got another interview. So y'all stay tuned right here on Impact.
Now you know the Florida Star, Northeast Florida's largest and oldest, most read African-American newspaper, serving since 1951 in more than 200 locations. The Florida Star, news you can use, news you can trust, the people's choice, striving to make a difference. The Florida Star is serving over 230,000 African-Americans living in Northeast Florida that generate $5.2 billion in buying power. Read the Florida Star weekly newspaper and find out where your money's being spent and on what. Read the Florida Star and learn what your city and state representatives are doing on your behalf. Read the Florida Star and learn how to support your neighborhood businesses. Read the Florida Star and learn how to receive city health and community services. The Florida Star received the first Eagle Award by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office for being most factual. The Florida Star solely addresses issues of concerns for African Americans. The Florida Star carries local, state, national, and international news regarding African Americans. Subscribe today at 904-766-8834. The Florida Star, speaking truth to power.
All right. The Florida Star. Make sure you pick it up. We've been around since 1951, and we got a scoop tomorrow. So y'all make sure you'll go out and pick up the Florida Star newspaper. We got a story in there that no other media outlet has. And so you have to go pick it up tomorrow to find out what it is. I'm in the studio with my sweetheart. My daughter, it's her 7th birthday. This is Rodaa, Rodaa Sokoni. Rodaa is named after a sister of mine that died before I was born. Rodaa is the most incredible little sister. My Aunt Karay, Truth and the Soul of the Sun. That was Hatshepsut's crown name. That was her, the name that she used as she ruled over Egypt. So that's her middle names right there. Rodaa, what grade are you in?
I'm in 2nd grade.
All right. And so what you want to be when you grew up?
I want to be a teacher.
You reading any books right now?
I'm reading Frindle, and I'm on chapter 6.
All right, go ahead on, Rodaa. So you hanging out with me today so we can do this interview?
Yes.
All right, good. All right, y'all. I got Patricia Brooks on. She is the part of Mad Moms and Moms on a Mission. Patricia, how are you?
Yes, you have me on.
All right, all right. Tell us a little bit about who you are and tell us about your organization.
I'm with Mad Moms, Mothers on a Mission, and what we do is we do like mostly goodwill charity, like sending mail or stamps or envelopes and stuff like that, helping out people that's incarcerated that our sweet state attorney's office have really imposed harsh sentences on a lot of them that really hadn't did too much of nothing, but they're in there for a lengthy time. So this is something that Mad Mom does when people feel that they can't get anyone to listen to them. They'll call or write Mad Moms, and what we do is we call the prisons if there's a problem with an inmate for the family, and various things like that. You know, we're not just mad about incarceration. It's like one of my Mad Moms said, Miss Russell, she was saying that we shouldn't just be mad about what's going on in the courtrooms. We should be mad about these communities and these apartment complexes that our mayors and our representatives are just ignoring.
You know, it's interesting, and the reason I love you guys because you guys supported me when I was the SCLC president. I think I had one event, I forget what event it was, and you guys all showed up with your signs. I was like, oh, thank goodness. I was so happy when you guys showed up about a year and a half ago. But what's interesting is that you get so many organizations like yours who deal with the issues of the criminal justice system, and some of them, they be so government loaded that they don't go out and criticize the prosecutor's office or the public defender's office or the police and the mayor's office. They don't do that. And a lot of times it's because they get monies and they have certain types of relationships. And, you know, I ain't mad at nobody, but I love that you guys care deeply about the people that are behind the walls.
Yeah, well, we basically work in the trenches. A lot of people don't realize that we're advocates, and we're looking for more people more mothers that's mad about what's going on in the judicial system. Mm-hmm. A lot of times us as mothers think that we're the only ones that's going through what they're going through. Frankly, there's a lot of mothers out here that suffering, having to pay Johnny Goody, which is our jailhouse now, the money that we pay them for phone calls and food. A lot of people don't realize we pay hospitals, like if the inmate goes to the doctor, money comes out of their money that we send them. So we're constantly paying for our children to be incarcerated.
Right, right.
And so, we go out, we'll help anyone. So, anyone, if you're rallying for something, we're on the corner. We just don't sit back and be mad just about what's going on in the courthouse. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're really upset about what's happening to our children. And if we don't stand for something, we'll fall for anything.
That's right. That's right. Now, they got a state's attorney race. Tell me what you think about the candidates and the possible outcome.
Well, I'm going to say out of the two that's running, because I really feel like there's only two running, in that Westside and Melissa Nelson. Out of those two, I say hey, the best man wins, whoever is the strongest in the party. But I know we do need a change in our state attorney's office, because anytime when New York can print an article in a magazine saying that we have the coolest state attorney in America,
Sure did.
that is devastating.
Right.
And if these people in Jacksonville don't start standing up the way we were pushed out, the Democrats was pushed out from being able to vote her out, we're going to have a sad situation on our hands. If these people, if we don't get out and vote, a lot of us had to change our political parties just to be able to vote. And I've been taught, we had a meeting this Tuesday. I was talking to some of the ladies in there, and some of the people that didn't vote, didn't change their parties, he's not on their ballot. I have people to come to me and say, well, I'm not a Democrat or a Republican, I'll still be able to vote. I said, no, you won't be able to vote for her.
Right.
So with that being said, we need to stand up for something. Start looking at these our ballots, and start marking your ballots before you go in there. That way you won't feel like you're being rushed in and rushed out. You'll know who you're voting for. I think that all these old judges, people that's been in there for a while, let's start anew. Give somebody else a chance, because a lot of them we have heard so much bad stuff about until it's unreal.
Right.
So I think that we need to make a fresh start and start getting some of these old ones out and putting some new ones in. That's just the bottom line. We done been tossed around, kicked around enough, and a lot of us are just still sitting on our hands or still asleep.
Right.
But when tragedy steps on your door, that's when you want to get out and hoop and holler. Don't wait until the storm comes to prepare your home for the storm. You get out and prepare yourself before the storm comes. That's just like walking outside and you know it's going to rain, and then you walk out there in the rain without an umbrella. It's going to come down on you.
This is Opio. I am speaking with Patricia Brooks, Mad Moms, Mothers on a Mission. Before I let you go, give us the information on your organization. How can people get in contact with you?
Yeah, they can go on my Facebook page. All they got to do is type in Mad Moms, Mothers on a Mission, and my Facebook page will pop up. And, if they need to contact me, they can call me at 904-894-7251. Get mad. Mad Mom. We're on a mission, and you need to join us.
All right. I appreciate it, Ms. Brooks.
All right.
We'll pick up the Florida Star tomorrow. We're breaking a story, so y'all make sure y'all do that. Also, again, this is early voting. It's early voting going on right now. And so you have to get out there and pull that lever or fill in those bubbles. Do what you have to do. And if you are a person because of a record that you cannot vote, this is what you do. You go out and get 5 or 10 other people, and you have them pledge to you that they will go and vote. So since you can't, you encourage others to go vote, and you will actually have done something that is really against what those racist Jim Crow laws tried to put upon you. So that's the way you fight it back, by coming up with great ideas in order to beat that type of system. So again, now, if you can't vote as a result of this felony record, you call 5 or 10 people, and you ask them to get out and vote and pledge that they will vote. So that would, you as a system, get rid of one black person through the Jim Crow laws, well, then we got 5 or 10 that's going to vote in their place. And so that's how you end up beating that. And there are a number of people who can't vote who they're very much politically active. And if you understand that while they try to figure out so many different ways to get you not to vote, that should make you want to vote even more. It's a revolutionary act. It's an act that people have died for. And then I know there are some people, because I used to be this way, there are some people that they protest by not voting at all. I understand it. I totally understand it. But for those of you who are out there and understand the impact that you can have through voting and all of the different ways that they use the statistics as a result of you voting, then you'll kind of get the idea of why you need to be out there voting. All right, let me get out of here. I would like to say happy birthday again to my sweet daughter, and I love you, Rodaa Sokoni, Sokoni. 7 years on this earth. I can remember when I was 7 years old. I can remember exactly when I was 7. I was in the second grade. I was in the second grade the first time. All right, y'all, I got to get out of here. Y'all make sure y'all pick up about the Florida Star and continue to watch 18.2 Star TV. And those of you who believe that you have a television face and you have the things that it takes, we're looking for a couple shows. So give us a call. Make sure you come with your sponsorship, and we will make you big as long as you have something great that you can give out to the people. We don't want just anything. We want something that's going to feed the people. Well, I'm out of here. This is Opio. We will see you next time on Impact.